Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you some editing apps and some editing tricks and hacks that I use to edit all my pictures on Instagram. And they're basically just some free Android and iOS apps that you guys can also use to edit your pictures and make them look more aesthetic, more cute, and basically more Insta appropriate. And don't get me wrong, like you don't have to edit your pictures, but I'm just someone who loves editing my pictures because I don't know, I just like it. It's not because I think it doesn't look good without the editing, but I just like editing my pictures. So if you're one of these people, then you will definitely love this video. Keep watching and don't forget to follow me on Instagram to see how these pictures turn out. And yep, let's just get into the video. Okay, so the first app that we're going to talk about is called Instasize. Now, I have been using this app for as long as I remember, since I downloaded Instagram, I think, because this is a very helpful app for Instagram. So a lot of the times when I have to upload a picture on Instagram, the Instagram automatically changes the size of the picture when I'm going to upload it, because you can only upload a picture of a particular size on Instagram. So sometimes that automatically zooms in the picture a lot or zooms out, and that's not how I want the picture to be. So I use Instasize to make the picture the perfect size for Instagram and according to me. So if I'm not making any sense to you right now, I will in a minute when I give you a demo. So let's see. So if I open Instasize, then I have to select a picture that I want to edit. So let's say I want to edit this picture. So then you go to the second option and it gives you a lot of options. So if you want it to be the size of Instagram, or do you want it to be the size of Instagram story or Pinterest or Facebook or Twitter, so you can not only use it for Instagram but also for other apps. But let's say I want to upload it on Instagram, so I want it to be the size of Instagram. So see, it automatically changes the size of the picture and makes it the size of Instagram, but it still remains the whole picture itself and it doesn't zoom in or zoom out on its own, which is what I like about this. Then it also has some other features. For example, obviously you can change the exposure and contrast and brightness and all those things, but I don't do it in this app because I have other apps that I use for this. But you also have a lot of filters that you can use, which is the first option. So I actually really like this Tokyo filter and I do use it on some of my pictures. It also has an option of adding text on the picture, which I don't, but you can if you want to. So yeah, that's basically it for this app. That's all I use this app for. So moving on to the second app that I use now. The second app is called Snapseed. Now this is also a very common app that I have seen people use, and I don't remember where I learned it from, but I probably learned it from another YouTube channel, I don't remember, but I do use it, not so frequently now, but I did use it a lot earlier. So I'll show you how it works. So I open Snapseed and then I tap anywhere to open a photo. So let's say I want to edit this picture. So as you can see, it has a lot of filters. So I like the one that's called Pop. I also like Faded Glow, and then it does have some black and white filters, but let's say for this one I want to use Pop. So that's that. But then you also have a lot of other things that you can use. So if you go on tools, then you can, and you go on tune image, you can individually change the brightness, the exposure, the warmth, the saturation and everything of the picture. So you click on this option and then it gives you all these things that you could change. So for example, I go to brightness. Now if I move my finger to the right hand side, it increases the brightness. If I move it to the left hand side, it decreases the brightness. And similarly with all the other things. So let's say I go to shadows. Again, right hand side it increases the brightness, and it increases the shadows, and left hand side it decreases the shadows. So let's keep it here. And then another feature that I really like is called grainy film. So basically you all must have seen this grainy effect that some Instagram pictures have, and this app allows you to have that effect. So it has a lot of different options that you could use, and then you could also change the grain and the style strength and all those things, but I don't really like this grainy effect, so I don't use it as much. Some other things that this app offers is, again, obviously text and frame and all those things, but there's an option called brush. Now if you go on brush, you can selectively use this option on some areas of your picture. So for example, I want to expose only myself, only my body, and not the background. So I go to exposure, and I can, so right now it's plus 0.7, so I can put it down to plus 0.3, or I can take it up to plus 1, but I want to put it down to plus 0.3. So now if I move my finger on my body, you will see that it will expose only my body. And then this also has the option of erasing it, so I can just go back and erase it if I don't like it. It also has the option of vintage. So basically this has like some vintagey filters that you can put on your pictures, so like this or this. So it gives you that vintage 1900s kind of effect, which is also really nice. So yeah, that's it. This is the after picture which I'm going to save. So yeah, you'll see the before and after pictures right now on the screen. Okay, so the next app that I'm going to talk about is called PicsArt. Now I know this is also a very famous app and many of you might be already using this, but it is an app that I use to do more fun and creative stuff with my pictures, and not the normal editing of brightness and exposure and filters and all those things. So I'll give you a demo and show you what I mean. So you go to PicsArt, you click on the plus button, and then you select a photo. So let's say I want to edit this picture. So now that I have this picture, first of all, you have an option of effects. So you can put a lot of different effects on it, but I don't want to put a lot of effects on it, so I'm going to skip that part. But you can put some effects on it if you want, but I'm just going to go to the none option because I don't want any effects. What I want is stickers, so I'm going to go to stickers, and basically you can play around with the stickers and play around with your picture using the stickers. So let's say I want to choose the sticker that, so let's say I want to choose this spiral sticker. So I click on the sticker, it's downloading, and now is the cool part. Okay, so I enlarge the sticker and then I put it around my body, but obviously right now it doesn't seem like it's actually around my body. So what I do is I go to the eraser tool on top and I erase a few parts of the spiral so it seems like I'm actually inside the spiral. Cool, right? So I zoom in and then I start erasing every alternate line, and then I zoom out. So now it seems like the spiral is actually around my body, and how cool does it look, right? So let's erase this, let's discard this, and I'll show you another option of stickers that you could use. So let's go to stickers again and let's choose a frame this time. Let's choose this frame. So again, enlarge it so that it seems like you're actually inside it, like this. Then you can just put it around you, and now it seems like you're inside it, right? How cool does it look? And the last sticker that I'm going to show you is called the rainbow sticker. So let's search for it. Rainbow. So now we just want the rainbow light. Okay, so let's go with this one. You know how some people have the rainbow effect on their face in some pictures? Now even if you don't have that, you can make it seem like you have that. So if I take this, I enlarge it a little, make it the right size, and then I put it over my face. Now obviously right now it seems very weird, but then I change the opacity of it, so I make it lighter, and now it just seems like I have a rainbow on my face, right? So it looks cool. So this is also a feature that you can use PicsArt for. And lastly, it has, so I'm going to just apply it, and lastly it has the option, actually it has a lot of options. So it has a lot of different frames also that you could use. So let's say I want to use this one. See, so it just makes like really, you can basically just do really cool things, and you can also use this to make your YouTube thumbnails if you're a YouTuber. So yeah, this is just a really cool app that you can use for really cool stuff. So that is it. The next app that we're going to talk about is one of my favorites. It's one of the app that I use most of the times, and it is called the 1998 Cam. I have not seen many people use it, but I use it. So yeah, and basically this app gives your pictures a really vintagey effect, and I use this on most of my pictures that I have uploaded on Instagram. So let's see. So you go on the app, select a picture. So you go on lab and you select a picture, import a picture actually. So let's see this picture. So it has a lot of cool effects, which is what I love about this. It has so much variety of effects and such nice effects. I'm going to show you some of my favorite ones. So F2 for example is one that I really like. F3 also I like. Then another one that I really like is K5, LP, and then it also has, so these were like the warm effects, and then it also has some cool ones like V2 or V3. It also has black and white, but for the time being I'm going to use K5. Then it has a feature of light. Now if you've used Fuji, you know what this is. So basically if I go to L3, so you can see how it gives this yellow light on the left side of the picture. So that is what this is used for, and it has a lot of other options. So for example, if I go to L2, it gives like a reddish light. If I go to L7, it gives a red light on both the sides. So yeah, it does give a really vintage effect to your pictures. So for this one, I'm going to go with L3. Then one of the most favorite features of this app is dust. So basically it's pretty self-explanatory, because dust is like, it puts speckles of dust on your pictures. So if I go to D9, you will see that my pictures have this these white dots all over it. And if you think it's because my camera is shitty, no, I mean the camera is shitty, but no, this is something that I do purposely on editing because I like it, and I like the effect that it gives and how it makes it look really vintage and cool. So this has a lot of different options for dust. So you can, so for example, if I go to D21, it makes it very dusty, but if I go to D11, it makes it only a little dusty at the bottom. So basically it has a lot of options, and you just have to choose the ones that suit your picture. So for this one, I think D9 is the best. Some other options that you can do, so again, this also has the grain effect. So if I increase it, it makes it more grainy. If I decrease it, it makes it less grainy, and I don't want grain in this picture, so I'm not putting any. Then date. Okay, so you can also put date on your picture, just like Fuji again, but I don't want a date on this picture, so I'm going to go with no date. But you can put a date for the current day, or you can put a date for 1998, or you can pick any random date that you want on your picture. So yeah, it has a lot of options. So that's it for this picture. I'm just going to click on this, and yep, this is the final image. So this is the before and after of this image. So the last app that I'm going to talk about is called Lightroom. Now this is an app that a lot of social media influencers or YouTubers use, or even like people who are addicted to editing, because this is like the actual editing app. So this has a lot of different features in it, but I majorly use it to edit the exposure and highlights and shadows and all those things, because this is just the best app for it. So let's go to the app, let's choose a picture. So let's say this one. Now this is a really dark picture, but you can change that. If you go to the light option, Now you can either separately change all these things, exposure, contrast, highlights, or you can go to an option called curve on the right hand side. So this is basically like a graph in a graphical curve. So if you touch, you can change the curve at any point. So if I just randomly touch a point and take it to the bottom, this is what happens. It makes the picture darker. If I take it upwards, it makes it lighter. So let's take it upwards and make it, so you can make it as light as you want or as dark as you want, right? So I want to make it lighter, so let's take it this way, right? And then you can change it on other points also. So this one kind of changes the background of the picture. And then so this was the white curve. So there's also a red one, a green one, and a blue one. So if I go to the red one, if I take it downwards, it makes the picture greener. If I take it upwards, it makes it more red. So I do use this feature sometimes if I want to give my pictures a more reddish effect, but I don't in this one, so I'm going to not use this one. So yeah, so I use the curve, but you could also use exposure, contrast, highlights differently to make the picture lighter. So after doing this, I go to color. Now this is also a super amazing feature of this app. So I go to color, I go to mix. So in mix, basically you can change the exposure, highlight and contrast and all that stuff of different colors individually. So if I go to green, for example, and I change the hue, so it can either be really dark or it could be kind of pale. You can see the difference, right? So let's say I want it to be kind of pale. Then again you can change the saturation, or you could change the luminance, how bright you want it to be. So all those things. Also another thing that this does is it makes all the shades of green in the picture be of the same shade. So if there's like right now, if there's different shades of blue in your picture, if you use this feature, all those shades will become the same. So if you go to red, you could again change the hue, the luminance, saturation and all those things. And a hack that I use in all of my pictures is when I'm not wearing a dark lipstick but I want it to seem like I'm wearing a dark lipstick, I just change the luminance of the red color in the picture. So if I put it really low, it makes it seem like I'm wearing a really dark lipstick, which I like doing sometimes, so I do it. Anyway, I don't want to do that in this picture. So yeah, this is it. And you don't realize how huge difference this makes to your picture unless you actually see the before and after picture together. So I will show you that in a while, but before that I want to say that there are a lot of other features in this app that you could also use. Some of them are paid, so I don't use them as much, but if you can pay for them, you can use them. But I basically just use it for the light and the color feature. And if you want to see the before and after pictures together, then here they are. So this was it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I enjoy editing a lot, so this was one of my favorite videos to film. I hope it helped you guys. You learned much more about editing and you're going to use this in your pictures from now on. And let me know if you know more about these apps, something else that I did not use in this video, because I would love to know more about them. So yeah, if you like this video, then click on the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I want this family to grow, and share my video with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.